Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Erothian Unofficial Spoiler Podcast. As always, I'm Van Sexel, as one of your hosts.
And me, Silencio Steve here, the other one, as usual. Captain of Chaos, as always.
Yeah. First off, apologies for not releasing an episode last week. I straight told Steve I wasn't feeling it. I had the notes and everything, and I was like, Steve, I'm not feeling this week.
I mean, to be fair, I had 4 hours sleep in 3 days, and I really wasn't feeling that well, so I wasn't up for it either.
So that's what it was. Is a little bit of burnout, a little bit of sleep deprivation, and a little bit of sickness going on. So that's what it was. So apologies for that, but we're back this week. And we had a bit of an interesting week.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
We could jump right into Regicide. We had our local luchador from Valorant, Jesslyn Pike, come in and assist Regicide this week.
I do love how Scott went into her going, why didn't I just listen to Elliot? Why didn't I just listen to Elliot? I mean, to be fair, I did vote for Elliot's option of them not helping, doing it themselves. But
yeah,
I admit I was a little bit late to the session, but I came in just in time for no, let's go to her queen. No, wait, you're supposed to be here. No, let's go talk to the slumbering queen. Wait, teleport over there now while she's on her way, while she's riding or walking or taking a carriage over there. Why can't you just freaking?
Oh, you weren't late to the session then. That's around the time I started.
I know I took like half an hour to get to the thing. Just from.
Oh yeah.
So you're telling me they had a 20-minute podcast at the beginning? 25 minutes?
20, 30 minutes, Yeah, exactly. It's around that time. About the length of our short podcast.
And talks of wanting to kill Jesslyn, and yawning when she's trying to give plans and that sort of thing. I'm like,
hey, it wasn't kill Jesslyn. It was if Jesslyn died, this wouldn't be as bad.
I mean, something can be implied from that.
Yeah, but see, Tyler made sure that Ophios specifically said we won't lay a hand on her, but if she died to the creatures down there,
when you have spellcasters like Ophios, you don't need to lay a hand on someone. Just saying.
Listen, we're just talking about technicalities, okay? That's it. They weren't specifically planning to kill her. They just, she's asking too many questions. And when you start asking questions of the most paranoid
trio, yeah.
But I think that dynamic changed a little bit later as we saw.
It did, but for a while there were a lot of people there. Does Patreon even bother helping Regicide anymore?
Well, the thing is, and I don't mean this to be a diss against Scott, because I think because of the way that most of the community has like such interest in their own NPCs, when they pop up, we get excited or whatever. But when we introduce the NPCs, especially to people like Regicide, you have to let Regicide warm up to them before you just like, I'm here to help you, and now I'm going to ask you a million questions, because we already know they're extremely paranoid. They don't like people asking questions. They don't like people doing things.
Unfortunately, Jesslyn's one of the new people. Of course she's going to be asking questions.
Well, yeah.
She hasn't been in the position that long.
We just have to let Regicide warm up to them before you cast judgment, like it's time to kill them. Because by the end of it, we already saw, you already know about the Slowco and Loper. Oh, you really are here to help us. Oh, all right. Well, you're not so bad, Jesslyn. Get out of here. Go ahead. Well, you get out of here and take all these books that Ophios really is interested in, and make sure they get to safety, and we'll just, fight the undead baby creature.
I agree with Messi though. Why the fuck would you want to do that?
I was saying the same thing. He was like, can we just go? We got what we came down here for. We did it, guys. We did it. We
I mean,
won.
I don't see that lab being savable. I don't see it being savable. With everything collapsing, all the walls cracked and things like that. No. You got all the books and everything out of there. Okay, cool. If there's any equipment down there that's still not broken, cool, get that out too. But you're not going to be able to use that lab again. You're going to have to make another one.
It's just it like I guess like
unless you have some sort of massive repair a whole freaking building sort of spell, which I think other people would pay attention to. I don't see that being fixed. It's just
I think it's a little bit like Tyler was trying to explain to Rena, even though he was trying to make it sound a little bit more noble than what it actually sounded like. Is that Ophios wants more power? He's seeing everyone else get around him get stronger, and he feels a little bit of a lackluster in Ophios. But
he has talked about that a lot.
Yeah,
he is very scared of having to face Rena if Rena ever gets mind controlled.
It's not even important. But anyway, yeah, it's just that lackluster part that he's seeing it, and I think he believes that Ophios being a little bit stronger will help them be able to take out more of the Lopers. Even though I think they could just do it right now. I mean, even the prince, like that went a little bit bad, but that's because they tried to take him out in his own lair. Like he had lair actions. Other than the lair actions, they did fine. So
I mean, they did figure out that they could sort of weaken the lair. They just didn't go to the full extent that they could have.
But that was accidental.
But they still won. I mean, they still won. There was a fortune's favour involved, but I won't go into too much about that. But they still won.
I'm pretty sure Scott, is prepared for that a little bit, right? Also, another point that came up in this episode is Messi pointing out that I hate Yondis. I think he's got that confused. I believe wholeheartedly that he hates Yondis and is sick of playing him. We saw that a little bit last night. Hey Yondis, you get bit by this poison that you don't know anything about. Roll a Constitution save. Oh, do you want to luck that? Nah, I'm good with this number that's very mild and probably could get my character poisoned and killed and have some horrible disease that he'll never be able to recover from.
I mean, that's the thing to consider with undead, is especially undead with a fucking biting snake, fucking poison, fucking. Flashbacks to that first Patreon game. Let me just tell you that. But definitely a case of, okay, yeah, you're getting poisoned, but the thing's been dead for so long, and who knows what sort of muck. Yeah, there's probably a chance of disease too.
And the funny thing is that happened after I already sent the luck, and Scott was like, yeah, because he hates Yondis, you guys are getting luck from Van. Hey, Messi, do you want to use some luck? Nah, we're good. I was like, I hate you, Messi. I hate you so much. Oh, man. So, listen, that's my argument. If you feel like, Messi, you need to come on here and defend your love of Yondis, then go ahead. You can pop on the podcast whenever you feel like it. But I think chat and most of the people agree with me. You hate Yondis. Oh. Anyway, we can go on.
I think we have most of the major topics, but
yeah, the only other thing I think, and Scott pointed this out during the session, Regicide's prepping for a fight, man. They're a little bit scared. They didn't even prep for the Prince fight the way they're prepping for this fight.
Yeah.
They pulled out all the potions.
And Scott finally got around to using that potions mishaps table, which could have been so much fun with the Asugo fight, but oh well. 5 fucking potions? Well, at least Regicide's a lot tamer than that.
Yeah.
Totally should have had Rowan have another pair of arms on his back.
I was looking at the potion mishap table because I have a DMG guide. It's not that great. It's not that fun. It's like there's some stuff like, oh, you can take damage, or oh, you can, this will happen, but it's not as fun as like you grow an extra eye on your back and now you have to deal with that problem for the rest of your life because you don't know how to
I
take
should
potions.
really read the Warhammer Fantasy PDF5 again for Chaos, because I ended up getting a thing where it gave me all the Warhammer Fantasy, I think, first or second edition
Mm,
PDFs, and I was looking at the Chaos one, and just like all the mutations you can get.
yeah, dude. That would be fun.
Combining a little of that with the potion mishaps table, that could be really fun.
Like it doesn't have to stay long. It's just like, a mutation on your character for as long as that potion would normally happen. And 5e, that would be about an hour. You would have an extra
Yeah.
arm for about an hour.
Or an eye on your freaking tailbone.
Bring back the chaos in TTRPGs. Oh man. But yeah, that was fun. One cool idea that the party came up with though is the portable hole thing. And I did think that was a fun idea. Messy's jokester idea about taking the baby up to the into the rest of Eroth is
Yeah,
gonna cause so many problems though.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can understand where he's
Uh,
coming from because they're all like, "Yeah, let's fight in this thing that's literally crumbling around us," and he's like, "Let's not do that because we got a chance of killing the baby, but if rocks fall, we're all gonna die." Like the meme says, that meme that happens
yeah.
all over the internet.
I mean, one of those undead things is sort of dead from all the rocks falling. There's still two more unaccounted for.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Because there were four tubes which had anything in it, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. There were like,
And then
there were like the four creatures I think that what's his name, Elijah stopped from ambushing them, but
it just made a great big ice wall in front of the door. So
Mhm.
there's should be a couple of puddles down there, I think. Assuming it doesn't fade from existence properly. Yeah.
They're covered by the rubble. We couldn't see the puddles. So
Yeah.
oh man.
Man, it must be so freaking slippery in that doorway.
Oh man. But yeah, that's Regicide. We didn't go over the notes like usual, but we still summed everything up.
Just a little bit more chaos. Just a little bit more chaotic.
we gotta introduce some more chaos into the show. I mean, we have the king of chaos here right now. The
No,
ambassador.
I didn't mean to have that much of a promotion, but okay.
Warmonger, though. Let's jump into that really quickly. Oh, I love this ambassador that Jake brought over to Shado. He's like the most fun character. He's the most fun character I think Jake's played so far. Oh man. What is Pete? Wait, did he ever give Pete a last name, or is it just Pete right now?
It's considering his clan.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
it was
Densho, right.
Densho. So considering as he's one of his grandkids, kids, whatever.
Yeah, but it's his great
Yes,
grandkid, so we don't know if
well,
it's from the mother side or the
well,
father
it could
side.
be like how with I think it was Japan had the most important clan's family name is the one that's kept.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
It could be something like that. I would assume at least, but
No, I was gonna say Pete came from the northern clans, so there might be a clan that's more important than
there
Densho.
could be a more important clan up there that he's part of. True.
Yeah, that's my only thing about it. But most likely because he is an ambassador of Densho, his last name might be Densho. But Jake can probably clear that up when he listens to this. So right now, peak, uh, the Quark, as he said, everyone has been calling him Pete the Quark.
I lost the chance to make a villain called Pete the Quark. I had a mind for a cleric villain for In-Climé called Peter the Quark, like making an apostle for the Arbiter. But oh, I'll come up with something else.
Oh man,
Sorry, big claim.
He was so fun, dude. We also got Ina from Kuchibashi. He is a hobgoblin, and I think maybe one of the very few that are part of who have some high position in Kuchibashi and is not a female. So congratulations to him.
Wasn't the treasurer, dude?
Oh no, I said the very few, not one of the only ones. Kuchibashi has like I think 3 guys, well maybe 2 or 3 guys, but it is a clan mostly of females, which is really cool. But also, oh man! But I like Ina as well. I wasn't sure if it was Hina or Ina, but Hina is a Japanese female name. I think Ina is as well, but I don't know.
The burden's on Nick for that one.
Yeah. And in fact, I was confused whether it was Enoch because I changed in the notes the name 3-4 times.
I've been listening to so many. I've been listening to so much World of Darkness lore at the moment. It's been a real World of Darkness kick. You said
okay. Which World of Darkness campaign?
Well, it's been a lot of vampire and
vampire
werewolf at the moment, and bit of wraith. Yeah. It's just been a fun troll on YouTube for a while.
Vampire stuff is interesting. Also, I haven't looked into werewolf stuff that much, but I imagine it's fun. But let's continue before we jump off. So they both got to meet Tessel. Pete the Quirk expressed some interest in playing and having an instrument off with Tessel after he bust in Lenny and Tessel's instrument conversation, which is, oh man, the way he just kept busting in Tessel's door though, dude, this entire episode. It was too good.
Dudes and their instruments, right? I had to make that joke. Busted in on their conversation about their instruments. Could be taken a real fun way, let me just tell you that.
I didn't even think about that when I said it, but you know what? I don't know. You know, Tessel and Lenny's got something going on, man. They've got something going on.
Yeah, clearly.
Tessel's been hitting on Lenny, and Lenny hasn't exactly been backing off, you know? So.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just Netflix and chill is tea and instrument talk.
Oh man. We also get to see a little bit of stuff from Ina. He has a severe concern for Tessel's lack of security on its own building, which can't blame him when Pete's able to just walk in the door whenever he wants.
Yeah. My colleague proves my point.
Oh, but speaking about Pete the Quirk and his clan's Dencho, they actually team up with their allies and are able to take a giant, I wouldn't say prisoner, I guess, but they're able to employ him for now. Let's see, you know.
Is he under employment of Shadow or Densho? Just a slight question.
We'll see. we'll see. But yeah. I meant Dencho.
We did visit. There was a little bit of Kingdom Rolls before we got into this for Jake. And
Right.
he did have a good point about about starting to build a castle now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's got the money now, and it's going to take a long ass time to make it. Why not start?
Yeah.
It was actually a good idea. I
It
did
is.
have to bring that up.
How many rolls is that for?
I think it's like
PP?
12 turns.
Okay.
I think it's 12 months. So
Might as well get started on the castle right then.
Yeah.
Not bad. Other than that, it's just the huge campaign against the two giants. They're able to take down.
I'm sure it'll be a Titanic epic.
They're able to take down one. Actually, I liked Jake's. I'm sorry, not Jake. Varrix's ability when he used enlarged self and threatened a giant right then and there while he was down. He said he was fighting
a big win, really.
Yeah.
It's just going to be all sorts of size jokes, or dad jokes, or puns, or it's just this part of the conversation was always going to happen.
Listen,
I don't know if I've already done large, but it was a large % chance that it happened.
Hill giants need love too, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now let's have some fire giants.
But we got I don't think we've ever seen that before. Varrix using the enlarged potion. I mean, person.
Yes, we have. He has used a large person before. It was oh crap, what was it? But it was like really early on. I don't know whether it was the boar or earlier than that.
I don't think it was
used a large person.
boar, because that maybe it happened on the boar. I don't remember it though.
I can definitely remember something happening with it before the boar, but I also thought he used it with the boar. But
no, I'm not saying he didn't use it, but like now that you said it, sometimes I just forget, dude. But hey, he used it before, baby. I don't know. I know he can summon a scorpion. I know that. But I just
want to say it was actually before they went into the Eldamar that he used, or either he was in Eldamar when he used it, or before they went into Eldamar.
Okay. Yeah,
at least that's what's sparking in my mind at the moment. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering why wouldn't he use just an enlarged person against the boar? Because at that point you can just pretty much smash it. But
because it reduces your AC and it has those tusks. But he figured that.
Oh yeah, his AC is trash.
Yeah. Blood Rangers don't have very good AC. They just have a lot of health, which is
I keep forgetting his AC is pretty much trash. So it's like
because rage reduces it, and then going a large person reduces it more.
We also got to see. I think it was an event role for him as well. 2 armies, one size 50, one size 20, came. The 20 was mounted on Axbeak, and they were harassing the farms and took a hex from Densho and declared war.
I don't think that was an event. I think that was because we were talking in spoilers before the episode started. Scott was wanting a reminder as to what happened, and it was like with that tribe in particular, like, oh yeah, they killed all their best troops of the giants, and they were pissed, and they thought that Densho ran away on them purposely to kill their best troops.
Oh well,
so
I knew
that was retaliation.
Yeah, I knew that was supposed to happen, but I thought that was a roll because Jake had a chance to not lose it, and he rolled bad. He rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, it's a stability check. It's a stability check to make sure that your improvements aren't destroyed.
Okay.
And things like that.
Yeah, well,
if you get enough unrest, you lose the hex. But yeah,
he lost the hex, and there you go. He declared war, which Good on Kuchibashi and Shado. Tessel actually joined Shado in that endeavor, and Narn was already there helping out with leading his clan against the giants. But they turned right back around and went went to war, which was kind of cool because they were looking for a reason to go to war within in the first place, and then they just set it up for them. So
Yeah. So in a way, those giants destroying everything was a boon.
hey, it came a lot.
They gave you exactly what you wanted.
uh,
It's just like being imprecise the wish spell,
yeah,
or
right.
wish from a demon or devil,
That's exactly what it
or
felt.
anything else that gives wishes. Like, yeah, I want to be able to go to war with them. Okay, you got your chance to go to war with them. It's just it's going to cost you something first.
Dude, that combat with these clans, I mean with these armies though was so short. It was like I think 2 rounds. Like
Yeah.
the Chargers basically wiped out the foot soldiers in the first round, and then Tesla was having a slight trouble with the mounted force until the Chargers came over and helped overwhelm them. They ended up capturing one of the commanders there. No, I think that was later.
No, it would have had to have been here, where they would have captured one of the leaders and the other one escaped. Because this is the only time they actually fought them. Because then afterwards they were just
No,
destroying.
I thought it was the first time they had rolled. He rolled because he had unfunny one roll, and he got like a 30 or something, which meant I think escape.
Okay.
And so
I thought it was 99. That was okay. No, because I thought it was
Tessel did a quick fight later on. Like he
Okay.
did one on the overworld map. He did a really quick fight. Of course, he decimated them, and then they were able to capture him and bring him up to that meeting, and that's what happened there. But yeah, that was like they pretty much wiped that clan out in like. I mean, it was probably. I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks. They wiped an entire clan out.
No, they didn't wipe them out, but they did take them out.
You're right.
They're still alive. They're
You're
still
right.
alive, and they still technically have their town.
Uh-huh.
It's just, Good thing Densho didn't get his way.
Well, I wanted to talk
Otherwise,
about
there would have
that.
been a month of barbecue. I'm just saying.
I don't think Jake actually wanted to wipe them out. I think he wanted. I think he was trying to play his character while expecting the other two not to do what Varix would have done. And I think that's what it was because before he got interrupted twice, he was trying to say something like because I think he said something about making a lesson out of them, and then Cell said something, and then he was like, yeah, like, but Varix would say this, and I think Scott was only half paying attention to whatever the hell Jake was trying to say. So he interrupted him and explained even more. You don't want to wipe this clan out because blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. And we find out there was no real boon other than the fact that you control this area a little bit. So
Sometimes it's not about the boon. Sometimes it's about the friends and foes you make along the way.
you make along the way. Yeah. But Shado was I would say way too nice and was like, yeah, I don't want to invest in this area. I'll let you guys have it, and I'll give up my portion.
Yeah. Frickin', I don't want to put my money into it, but you guys can.
But
Thanks, you sell out.
he did. He'd put his money into it because he gave up half of his winnings to help them rebuild. It was like, yeah, I'll give up half of whatever I was supposed to get, and I'm like, dude, like. even Nick was like, dude, like
technically that money already belonged to them. Let me just put that out there.
They don't have any claim to that land anymore, so I don't know. But now they're addicted to both Kuchibashi and Densho.
Didn't
Yeah, that
Yeah,
actually,
they had to raise the unrest a bunch of them to properly take them over, and then Fortune's Favor that I may or may not have played.
oh yeah, we had to talk about that, dude. That was a badass thing that happened. Because of the Fortune's Favor, the way that Shala was like, listen, I work months in advance for everything around this goddamn country, and
she loves to work. That's the one thing that she's always wanting to do. She wants to be out there doing it instead of leading everyone else, but she has to lead everyone else because someone has to lead everyone else. So she's just working even more and more and more and more.
Like that was
She'll probably burn out quickly, but
yeah,
this is a nice chance.
That was so cool. She already had mercenary. I mean, she already had spies in the city. Just like all we got to do is pay off these mercenaries, and they don't want to die. All we got to do is pay them off, and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
And Narn was like, "Yeah, let's do that. Let's just pay these fuckers off, so we don't have to go into yet another battle." I think the mercenary battle would have been worse, though. I think if they would have not gone with that, I think that fight would have been worse, because he was talking about like CR7 or something like that.
Yeah, ACR7. I think they were saying that it was a 100 strong army, so it wouldn't have been as bad because it's not like lots of split up forces and that sort of thing, but it still would have been able to hit pretty hard. Yeah, and potentially soak some more than the other armies did.
Right. Okay. At least take out some of their forces, their numbers, because I think he was just saying like a couple of episodes ago, depending on the number of losses you have, like you can't get those people back for a year's time. So that would have been like reducing a lot of their numbers if that fight would have gone through. But they didn't have to, because Shala came in and saved the day. We were talking about this a little bit off air. The seat the seat thing, and I'll let you state your case.
I mean, I agree with Nick. It's a case of, okay, so Shadow's already claimed the right hand one. Right hand's always usually the favored one, right? So he doesn't even get the middle seat for literally taking the town for them. He's put in the bum left seat.
We all heard with Cell's argument,
and then you got Cell. Yeah. That's a real easy argument to have when you got the second best seat, and it's a fight over the best and the worst. So yeah. Okay, you make a good point, but you got a pretty good fucking position yourself there, Cell. I mean, it's literally the thing that won them the war. And Varix has got the biggest fucking army, and so Varix would, in my opinion, should have easily had either the middle or the right hand seat, and Shadow should have had the left hand seat. But no, Shadow got the fucking second seat, which I don't think he fucking deserved. And Nick got the fucking Naren got the third seat, which is okay.
Yeah,
I can see why he was. I mean, sure, it's his war, but the battle, the war was won by the freaking spies of Naren, and technically, those mercenaries are with Naren because he's got the one that turned aside. So technically, he has the biggest army.
yeah, he does now. Yeah.
They'll disband immediately, but technically at the time he had the biggest army.
I don't know. Maybe he'll take him in and teach him how to ride on Axebeak. Who knows, man? But I was gonna say, I think Cell was just setting up for when his fight against Clan Steel happens. Like he's just making this a rule: if it's your war, you get the middle seat, because now that Densho has called them all in and like, hey, we all need help, when it comes time for Cell to take over Clan Steel, he's gonna be expected to sit in that middle seat. And I think
Uh-huh.
Cell was just setting up a precedent. Look, man, if it's your war, you get the middle seat. That's how it is. So
Uh-huh.
this is the precedent that has been set, and we'll see if it continues. Because I, you know, Cell was thinking ahead. You know,
Mhm.
he wasn't thinking about
Being
fairness.
very political
Uh
when you're
huh.
supposed to be working together generally damages efforts working together, usually. Just saying.
You know, maybe Cell wasn't thinking about it at the time, but I really think he was trying to set up a precedent. You know?
I know. I know. It's just,
Oh man.
I mean, I think it's clear that I'm in Team Naren the whole way. I mean, I even spent a fortune's favor for him a couple of times, so that's and I've given him a freaking advisor. So I may be biased, of course, but
So you're saying always give Narn the middle seat? That's what
no,
your stance is gonna
no,
be.
no. I can see it being fair that Densho gets the middle seat out of that, but that second seat should definitely, for the person that won the war, it should definitely be going to that person.
I mean, I think they all
At
get it.
least if they're not going to give him the middle seat.
Yeah. Maybe they could have just stood, the whole time. That way we don't have to worry about seats in the future.
Mm.
The alliance just burns all the chairs, and you must stand when you address them. Oh
That would be a funny tactic, though. Just as a suicide run, having all the seats be mimics. It's like, oh, they're going to destroy us anyway. Well, we've got a bunch of mimics that we can use. Just make them be the seats for them so that they go sit down in them. Yeah. We don't want those seats anymore. You can have them. Okay.
Oh man. But I guess we could jump into In-Climé now.
Yeah. So because we missed it last time, there's Avalonian statues that there were gargoyles amongst. At least that's what's got said there were out of game. We got a little bit of a chance to explore that there's this weird goop inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we had a big moment of time where everyone was just in the medical ward recovering. And we also had the bit where they were trying to figure out how the hell do we heal
Oh yeah.
Gallon. How the hell do we heal him? Because we can't get through the. How do we take
The
off the
crystal.
crystal?
Right. Yeah. Even going back to I think it was worse with the infirmary type thing because nobody's supposed to know about that power, and it was like.
I mean, they sort of covered for it pretty well with
Yeah.
once the person was out and having Vigo the alchemist have the way to get rid of it, to take it off him, that sort of thing, and then taking extra time to put it back on again.
Yeah.
Thing. I think that covered for it.
I think one cool little interaction that we saw was while Jake still had his mutations on. Tristan's like, "What the hell are you?" type thing, because I believe this is the first time we've seen mutations in Aurorum, and so it would be kind of like this huge "what the fuck" type thing.
I think the only other mutagens that have popped up were literally in their first Patreon game because that was because I think Josh was able to use mutagens, but
Oh, okay, so it's not
so
the first one in Aurorum. Okay.
it's not the first one. I don't think it's the first one in a room. It could be. I don't know if we ever got around to actually using them or not, but I yeah. Well, is it mutagens or is it? I'm trying to remember what's called, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
So
because he basically just turned into like this. terrible looking
Yeah,
creature right in front of him.
this is the first character where it's been, no, I'm actually focusing on using them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is, so we had that very cool interaction. We also had the and I guess it would be kind of like unnerving to see that kind of creature just work on your downed companion, because they're not really friends yet, but they are companions.
well, I mean, they're also the boss,
Yeah, you're
the
right.
highest ranking officer.
Yep. And then
Finding out that the dig is to help the ingress and egress delivery of supplies.
mm-hmm.
So basically, part of building up the canal so that they can have bigger ships and ships can actually turn around. But they also found something that they're digging anyway to investigate.
We also get I think it was this episode. We also get Vigo asking what this huge construction is about, and the warden telling him, "Hey, I want to get the fuck off of this thing." So I'm ready to leave Megadon.
Yeah. I know from talking with Anna before that it's a case of not even all the guards. Like literally, I think later on, there's only like one person that wants to stay there.
Oh yeah. We met her this week.
Yeah, it's like no one wants to be there. They have to be there, except for that one person that we found out this week.
Oh man. So yeah, it's a thing where he's trying to set up this huge thing where you don't have to go around in a circle like you were saying, and it causing so many problems. It's just in ingress and egress type thing, but that may cause problems in the future. And I know that he's like, I know what his thing is. He just wants to make some huge thing for Paradel so that Paradel could see, look, I'm not just a warden. I could be an engineer and help out and do project management. I have so much more on my resume.
He is pretty high ranked.
Yeah, he is. So I feel him. But like you were saying before, we ended up meeting a hobgoblin who really likes her job and loves being antagonistic against everyone else.
I think the words were, she's a bit of a psychopath.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Oh man. Towards the end of the episode, I had this little thought in my head, and I actually have it right here in the quick topic portion. I think she's the one who actually might have trapped Cadus in there. And the reason I say that is the warden doesn't seem to care about shit. Like, so if something happens, he's like, whatever, I don't really care. And I think the most investment he's ever had is in this project, because this project has his name on it. And like, if it goes well, then, he may be able to get off of this, get out of this prison complex or whatever. So I think this is probably the most investment he's had. And I think she may be the one who ended up trapping Cadus there. And he's just like, whatever, do whatever you want. I don't care.
That could definitely be a thing. But I do think it would have been the warden putting Cadus in, because I think Cadus would have blown up on him. And
maybe
just like,
there's that thing too.
Because he's not that invested in this, and he wants to leave, and someone's just giving him that much shit, and he has so much more power than him. He's like, I don't care anymore. You can fucking stay here. I can see that also being the thing, and then but her being really involved in making sure that he stays here.
Yeah, and also being involved in the institution of how these prisoners are treated.
Yeah.
I have a feeling she wrote the handbook. She wrote the handbook and probably
the parts Swamp didn't already write for her.
You're right.
Because we had a bunch of them. We had like 3 or so escape, and only one came back missing a leg.
Missing a leg this episode, yeah. And
Yeah.
once again, the ward showing his uninterest. Let the swamp have him. I don't give a shit. Like,
It's not like they're going to get anywhere anyway.
right? Oh man.
Yeah. We also probably should cover the bit where Vigo has the lucid dreaming ability.
Right. And that's due to once again his potions, which is really cool. He's able to. He actually took the lucid dream potion to be able to relive that fight.
Yeah, and get different angles and things like that on it, which I think would actually genuinely be really useful. You should be able to see everything that you weren't paying attention to, sort of thing. But then again, it's also a dream, so it probably wouldn't be completely accurate, like divination would be, but it'd still be fairly useful.
Yeah. I was just remembering people said in chat though about Vigo watching Gollum get mounted.
Right, I think I started that and I forgot about it. Oh, yeah. Or himself being mounted.
Oh yeah.
Mounting it. I completely forgot that. I think I actually started that. I kind of forgot about it. We can definitely say that Tristan definitely had the best of that fight.
which was kind of cool. And this is what I meant to say earlier before we got off track about that thing a little bit earlier. Tristan had a little bit of doubt after, and it may be because we kept bringing it up during the podcast, but he had a little bit of doubt about why he was even on the team. After seeing Vigo being able to transform into the creature that he transformed in due to the mutagens, he was like, this dude's got super cool crystal powers. You could transform into some kind of creature, and I'm just really good at writing. Why am I even on the team? And
because he does much damage. The other two are fancy, but there's something that can be said for the simple ways.
Sometimes you just need a really good closer, spectacle isn't everything. But Vigo basically like reassured him. He's like, look, Galen is the only special one that the higher ups knew about. Like, this is an experiment. This is actually the first time I've even tried it. Like, no one even knows I can do this. And it was like, and you basically saved our asses during the fight. Like, they recognize the amount of talent that you have and your potential of being able to rise through the ranks, and that's why you're on this team. So it was cool to see that.
I mean, it's still a fair point. It's still a fair point.
Oh yeah, but basically,
the Pink Baron was born.
Basically, the team needs Tristan because he's the one that actually gets shit done, and they hold the interest.
Yeah, you can talk to them. Galen looks really fucking weird in his crystal form, and everyone's paying attention to that. And Tristan's just going around doing all the fighting. Tremendous horse.
Asses. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Another cool thing that happened is they ended up breaking through that complex of for the digging that they were doing, and getting into that lower section of the Avalonian structure that Vigo pointed out to the warden. The
Just
warden
to go back a little bit,
it
was Vigo was talking with the warden a bit about, this is probably an Avalonian structure, and the warden's like, yeah, we knew there was some sort of structure here, and it would make sense.
He knew. I don't think everybody.
What do you know? Yeah, I'm just talking from his perspective, sort of thing. But yeah, he knew that there was some sort of structure here, and that it makes sense that it was some sort of Avalonian thing. But even still, Vigo's the one that knew the most about the Avalonians there.
Right. He probably also knew that there were. I think he said something.
And he was also. Vigo also expressed his concern to the warden that there could potentially be more of such statues inside the ruin. Wonsling, and having the whole yes, we'll be sure to inform our workers about it. And he's like, no, 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 don't inform the workers, inform the guards about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he knew that the statues were probably Avalonian also. I think he had a hunch or something, you know. Because he already knew about the structure being Avalonian, so he must have like a little he must have some kind of knowledge about that kind of history and that kind of stuff. So who knows?
I mean, he probably would have to pick something up if he's that interested in such a dig and he's been in there for a while.
Oh yeah.
So
But
I doubt those statues suddenly appeared there one night.
I mean,
Just put it that way.
the LC didn't know. She was pretending like she knew, but she didn't. And Vigo was able to pick that up. So she.
I mean, it just proves that she's way too focused on her work inside the prison. Just putting her talents to the best use in the best place for them.
But
She ain't no archaeologist. I'm a breaker of souls.
breaker of souls and bodies, what she specializes in. Oh man, I thought I was wondering if Derek would mention to like the viewers the possibility of seeing Laszlo. I don't think Vance would have lasted that long, but maybe Laszlo as one of the prisoners or something.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's the one that came back without a leg.
Well, we didn't get any description of him, so I was kind of.
We didn't get any description of them, and I don't think they would. I don't think the guards and people reporting that would give a description to the party.
That's true. That's true.
Because like they're just prisoners. One of them survived and came back without a leg. Okay, but who are these prisoners supposed to be to the party at the point?
Yeah, I was just wondering if he would like give a slight nod to the viewers about who these, if Laszlo was still alive. Like I said, I don't think Vance is. Vance was pretty old at the time. He did say something about what kind of prisoners were there, and that was the nod to Vance and Laszlo. But the dig ends up breaking into that the lower section where they have to work, and they're able to finally get some idea of what that structure looks like below. But then while they were pulling out the battering ram out of the wall, they see that liquid pouring from the walls again, oozing from the walls.
A greeny yellow one. We didn't really get a description of the goop that came out of the statues, but
this one is greenish. Yep.
Greeny yellowish, and it could be anything at this point. It could even be an ooze.
But one key important thing, and we actually didn't see a combat happen concerning it because of the time that it did happen, was that the Scrags end up hearing the cracking of the wall from far off, and
there was a warning that someone would that something might hear it. I think Vigo's the one that rolled it, and they're like, "It's a good thing you guys are here." Oh, yep, yeah, yeah, we're going tomorrow, so two of us weren't going to be here.
But Gallon showed up, and he significantly
Gallon the Gallant.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's still doing his job.
But Gallant basically significantly lessened the devastation of that of the guards in the party there.
Yeah, so. It meant that the people down there working didn't get drowned as the Scrags tried to bust through.
Yep.
And the other guards were able to get in the way and do their part that they're trained to do for dealing with Scrags.
One important part that we did not mention, and I specifically didn't mention it because I was going to bring it up right now, is Tristan ended up talking to some contractors, and they mentioned how no matter who you were, your stay always got extended at Magadan. And I'm thinking
They're
that the
going to
party thinks that
return.
they're
Wah,
going
wah,
to.
wah, wah.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get away uh with the ease that they seem to think they're going to get away with. Like they're like, "Oh yeah, we're done. We did it. Yay, congratulations to us." But no. No, they're going to have to be there a couple more months and they're going to hate it just as much as everyone else is.
Mm,
I think that was specifically pointed out for them. So, we'll see. We'll see next episode when they think they're supposed to be leaving.
yeah.
Cuz the warden is okay with
I'm
them
just trying to
leaving.
remember that line that I came up with, freaking, that people really liked with. It wasn't the last episode. It was the episode before it, I think it was, with. Hopefully the swamp shows mercy because the gate ain't.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Which is a perfect
Because
description of what happened to those prisoners.
yeah. I think the warden is perfectly fine with them leaving. It's, you know, the
Mm.
psychopath LC that they might have to worry about because she seems pretty hell bent on once you come to the gate, you don't leave.
Yeah,
So
I mean, here's hoping the guy with one leg doesn't get the shit detail that Rena got.
oh,
Because that's
man.
one of the jobs.
Oh, he's definitely gonna get it, dude.
Mm.
I can see it. Oh, you tried to escape?
And you got a big freaking wound on your leg because your leg's missing. Why don't we make it more miserable for you? Guaranteed infection.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We'll see. Oh man. Even though they hate it, they seem okay enough with the gate, or don't want to actually fight anything, which is good for them. They don't need to fight Paradel yet. So
Yeah.
but that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for listening.
As always,
Uh,
thank you to the cast for playing, and thank you, Derek, for will do, mate. And thank you all for listening.
Next week we will not have an episode.
I've got a work shift, unfortunately, so
Yeah,
I'm not going to
real
be here.
life got in the way again. Like I said last week, I apologize. I I just wasn't feeling it, and
I mean, I was feeling it, but my body wasn't feeling it, so I couldn't. It would have been
but
short
next
anyway, with
week,
only 2 episodes and one of them being a half episode. So
right. But next week, we're giving you guys a heads up. There is no episode, but the week after we'll be back. And if Messi wants to come and defend himself, just let us know. Right now, you are a hater of Yondis, my friend.
and that's coming from your mum.
Listen, someone has to defend our boy, okay? I'm still my boy. I'm gonna keep supporting him even if his player character doesn't like him, okay?
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.